Well. Sunny is literally completely irate right now with Veah. He's come out with this post to begin with. Social media was never my platform for making drama or chasing attention, but yet he's gonna proceed to do that anyway. I don't waste my time on that nonsense. I'm focused on my goals, building myself and proving who I am. But now it's getting out of hand. She's out here telling everyone lies and spreading nonsense. I've had enough and I think it's time to tell the truth. Well, let's get into exactly what he sees or what he deems has the truth. As you can see in this post here, he has decided to disclose some screenshots of conversations that were had via WhatsApp. And to begin with, he goes, all this time I didn't speak out because of my TLC contract. And as you can see, there's a message here saying, hey Veah, you need to stop this. This is nonsense and disgusting. Talk about yourself, don't talk about me in social media, and stop lying to people. You gave me money to buy the ring. You didn't even had money when you was in South Africa. Can you please leave me the hell out of your life? If you have a little bit of shame, please leave me alone. Now we will get into the whole conversation regarding the ring. Also, she replies saying, oh, hi Sunny, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. I won't post anything about you anymore. Then he also adds in as a caption here, I think she is crazy for something, she is wrong with her head. Okay, because after she lied, when I reached out to her, she's telling me I didn't mean to offend you. Really? So you think lying and trying to ruin my image is fine, and then a little sorry is supposed to fix it? I'm a bit confused. So when he reached out to her, what was he expecting her to say back? I mean, she apologized, right? She didn't become defensive about it. She didn't even try and justify her actions. She just said, you know what, I'm sorry that I offended you. That wasn't my intention. Now, whether or not the post comes across as if it was intensive or not, it doesn't change the fact that at least she was just like, you know what, I'm just going to put this to bed and apologize. But instead of, him understanding that, he decides to, do what? Come to IG. So with that being said, we're now going to go straight to the conversation regarding Veah speaking so negatively about him when it came to this ring situation. So, as you can see in this post in particular, Sunny has obviously gone out of his way to find a caption that seems and looks like as if it may be from either Facebook or Reddit. But he has definitely been keeping tabs on her account on IG. But before we get into it, let's just read the caption here in particular where he says, yes, nothing says financial independence like someone who couldn't even afford a plane ticket to bring her ass to South Africa. Let's not forget, I paid for that. I paid for everything, and I even bought the ring before she even stepped foot in here in South Africa. But let's rewrite history for the sake of a juicy story. I got proof everything, honey. She didn't even spend $100 on her own money. I didn't let her do that. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom into here something particular. As you can see, he's taking a screenshot of what has gone down with Veah. So somebody comes in and obviously responds to Veah's Q&A where she says, ask me a question and I'll answer as many as I can. So this person says, wait, he bought the ring with your money. Did you know he was going to propose? She responds by saying, no, I didn't know that he spent it on, my apologies, my throat was really doing my head in, my apologies. No, I didn't know what he spent it on. I mean, what money was he going to use? Laugh out loud. It's hard to make it in a country like that. And his only source of income was trading his dad's shop. He got paid by free stuff there, like shampoo, soap, whatever they had, he could take, and that was how his dad paid him. I mean, obviously, the response of in particular doesn't exactly, help Veah in the situation. It does seem as if she is implying exactly what the question was asked in particular. So really and truly, Veah should have been, more careful with the way she was going to respond to obviously said question here. And so I can understand why Sunny may be a little bit upset about it, but to go to the extent of now trying to expose her or trying to ruin her image in return is crazy work. Nonetheless though, Sunny also says in the caption here, or at least takes it away, and it's hard because I don't know what's behind his name, but I'm going to assume it says Sunny is scared of his dad because he isn't financially dependent yet and depends on him. He works for his dad basically for free, getting paid in shampoo bottles and soaps. According to Veah, she even paid for her own engagement ring. I mean, she didn't directly say it, but she definitely did imply it. But to be honest with you, if I'm somebody who doesn't like to take to social media to, air out my drama, as he said in the very opening post, it's weird for him to now take all this stuff to the public, given the fact that he did actually message it privately to begin with. I don't understand the purpose of messaging it privately to begin with and then decide to expose her. If you're going to message her privately, keep it private. You don't need to bring it to the forefront of social media. But Sonny is obviously triggered by the fact that he thinks her behavior is going to affect his image. But there is more. So as you can see in this one here, library dated back 11th to 13th of January 2024. Okay, and in the caption itself here, it does say, yeah, laugh out loud, check the dates. I bought the ring and the ticket before she even got here. So how exactly could I have used her money for the ring? And the funniest thing, what money I could use from her, because she is broke and she don't work, the physical therapist, it's a lie for TV. Interesting. Physical therapist, it's a lie for TV. Right, let's get into that, because this is where he also captions this as well in the in his cheeky little uploads, where as you can see, he's taken the thread off of Reddit, where it does say Veah is not a physical therapist. And somebody says in that same caption, I was curious as to if this girl was actually a physical therapist or not. With my background being a registered nurse, I know that there are licensed lookups for each state for not just nursing, but for physical therapists, etc. Lo and behold, there was nothing. I knew that homegirl wasn't giving physical therapy a therapist. She's bold to blatantly lie on TV. So of course, this is Sunny coming out with some more evidence, or should I say some more evidence to obviously back up his own claims regarding the ring. Because of course, as you zoom into the pictures itself in particular, you can see the ring that's obviously been displayed, that was bought for her, has obviously also showing that the plane ticket for herself was also bought for her as well, just to show people that these things were done before she arrived in South Africa itself in particular. I mean, listen, when someone comes in with the proof, then they come in with the proof. What can you do about it? Now, there is another screenshot here itself in particular where it comes in with some more information. As you can see, it says 19th of January 2024. The ring and plane ticket I bought in January 11th, and she arrived to South Africa 19th of January. So which ring she's talking about that I bought with her money? I mean, listen, the boy is definitely coming in with some tea here, you know what I mean? Of course, as you can see when you zoom in, this is obviously proof of his transactions, in particular when it comes to the plane ticket itself. I don't know, there isn't one for the ring, but either way though, he's obviously showing that the proof of, her arriving at this set time and whatnot. End of the day, he's got obviously dates to back up his statements. So therefore, I understand because he had hardcore concrete evidence, he wanted to make it abundantly clear to people that he did not buy her an engagement ring based on based on her own money. It was actually on his own accord. To be fair, at first I was a bit critical to say, why didn't he just leave this private? Because, well, he did message her privately, and to be fair, the more I think about it, if you go back to the screenshot stuff in particular and I look back at her response, now of course he does mention in his approach to her, he said, you give me money to buy the ring, you didn't even have the money when you was in South Africa. To be fair, the fact that she actually responded without actually addressing these things, I do understand now a little bit more why he was actually quite irate with her, and that's why he felt the need to go on social media to prove his innocence, to make people know that it was never him that was in a position of where he had where he had used money from her to buy a wedding ring. So I get it, it is fair, it makes sense. Well, the question is though, is there going to be more? Because this wasn't the only post that Sonny made. He also made another post, right, where literally he came out to simply tell us a very simple message. And as you can see in front of your eyes, he said, more tea to come, stay tuned. So this is just the beginning of whatever else he's planning on bringing to the table, so therefore he can expose Veah for whoever the hell she is, because he's obviously not happy with the way she has gone about things, which respectfully, I get it. It is what it is. Sometimes in life, you got to protect your image, especially if you're trying to maybe build on your social platform to therefore get sponsors in the future, which I don't really think is his goal, because he hasn't got that many followers, you know what I mean? And he's never really active on social media anyway. But I guess maybe for him, it's just a principle of people understanding that he was not the one in the wrong, and that she's the one in the wrong, and that he's not the one, and she's not the one that dodged the bullet. He's the one that dodged the bullet. But to be honest with you, Both of these two were never going to work because both of them are just as bad as each other in different ways. But I would say to come out and pretty much insinuate that this man bought you a ring on your money, that is a crazy thing to insinuate. You see what I'm saying? She should have definitely made that abundantly clear at the time when it was questioned. She should have said to the person, no, he bought that with his own money and as well as my ticket. But instead of doing that, instead of correcting it, this is where we're at. And also because you didn't obviously address it with Sonny privately, I guess this is where we are right now. Well, I will say this: he knows her better. He knows her better than us, so therefore he probably knows how to approach. He probably knows when she's just being, what's the word I'm looking for here? He's probably aware when she is in a position where she's not willing to take accountability. So therefore, he's going to take charge in his own, on his own accord. Each is of their own. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.